We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Deep Button Crazy Network Show, episode 3. Yes, that's right. We've made it 3 episodes, 3 weeks so far. And today we got a lot of good topics. In fact, we kind of rotated the panel a little bit. But first I'm gonna let by the way, who's that? Oh, that's
What do you mean
I don't know.
echoing?
Here,
Oh, never
here,
mind.
let me,
All right, back to it. So, yeah, Ding D, you can take it. You can go ahead and take it away now.
Sure. Welcome to the craziest show in the network. That's why we leave it for the most holiest of days, a Saturday. We've got a fantastic panel here. We've got a panel of 4 plus a black guy whose technology malfunctions randomly.
Not even black.
Well, next you'll be telling me, Torrin, he's not even Putin. But it's great to see everyone here. Before we catch up with the chat and then the panel, I always like saying this. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. How many subs is Triton away from 500? Huh? 13, 14? About a dozen? Come on, folks. Let's support our boy.
Nah, it'll never happen. Don't worry about
Oh, Dan. Come on, Dan. You're the
Nothing
least
ever
crazy
happens.
Dan I know. And you're not furious either. But let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll catch up with the panel. It's great to see Jose from Cancel This Podcast. Great to see me. Great to see Trident and the Muffin Man. Good to see the Muffin Man. Good to see Raven. I can't even pronounce that. I'll just call you Raven.
Raven Goiper.
All right. I know another Raven. She's a lovely Jewish lady. You have nothing in common.
What are we doing?
And it's good to see me again and Jose. Well, folks, hopefully we've got plenty of lurkers. You know, folks, do you know why lurkers lurk on streams? It's because they're pleasuring themselves sexually while watching these streams. Okay? So that's the thing you got to understand. Dan is a great fan of black, and that's why his background is black.
I'm the black magician. See?
Look. He disappears into the night.
Like our foreign policy.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
So
Now that we've caught up with the chat, let's catch up with the panel, and we're going to start off with a man with 2 bisexual girlfriends. Torrin, how have you been since we last had a good talk?
Oh, all right, I guess.
How's your posse?
Last I checked, okay.
Good. Very good. Well, we appreciate you for being here, Torrin. You look like a Crash Bandicoot mask. That's another thing. All right. Now on to Black Putin. Okay, can you hear us, Black? Or Putin? How have you been?
I've been doing good.
Yes.
What you doing?
I'm just sitting here, waiting to start on our topic.
Good.
And-
Very good.
the only black man who's on time.
Yes.
So you're not black?
No.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you. Next thing you'll be telling me is you're not Putin. Okay. That's good to know. Oh, look, his thing is vibrating. His thing is vibrating, folks.
Yo, bro, what the fuck?
Oh, folks.
Is Black Putin joining us live from a phone or a vibrator? Do vibrators have Wi-Fi? I don't know.
It's
I
I think nowadays they do.
Well, I'll tell you this, Dan. First time talking to you. You're black
Yeah,
and
what's
white.
going on? Long time listener, first time caller.
Good. Well, I don't use blood sport terms because that is a fucking hellhole.
Trust me.
Anyone who enters blood sports, their reputation gets damaged. Even Saint Nick, right? The greatest survivor of blood sports, Saint Nick, and everyone thinks he's queer. Okay. Homelander mixed with a twink. That is the Fuentesian. Okay. Simple as that. But Dan, how have you been?
You're not wrong. Ever since I got out of blood sports, it's been a long uphill battle, man. I got
Good.
brain cancer, so I only have 3 weeks to live. So I'm coming on here to kind of say my gospel.
Good. Good. Hopefully you join the ranks of Boogie and your cancer miraculously disappears.
Yeah, I have polycythemia vera too.
Is that a diagnosis or a magic spell?
I think it's both, actually.
Well,
I learned it from Boogie2988.
the next time I encounter Atreus, I'll try that spell on him and see if he disappears. Triton, how have you been?
I've been doing good. Me and Gabe have been doing shows all week, and we've been covering Piers Morgan, been covering a bunch of stuff happening in the news with Trump, and I've been critical of Trump and all that, and we've been doing good, just getting the podcast up and ready and active as the year of 2025 is ending. And also, I'm getting stuff taken care of IRL as well because, it is Christmas too. So we got to get last day holiday shopping and all that. But I've been good just getting, balancing with content and IRL things and trying to, build the channel up.
Good. Very good. As Taran eats his microphone. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing very well. It's great to be here. A few hours ago, we did a Network Assemble show. Triton couldn't make it because he was preparing this show, but we had a fantastic time. It went off the rails. We were talking about YouTube's AI and coming up with those.
I got pinged, but I never got a link for that show. I would have hopped on if someone sent me a link, but I never got the link. But it's all good.
Well, thank you for letting me know. Next month when we do it, we'll have you on. All right, then. So very interesting you talked about Piers Morgan, folks. Not a lot of people know this. Piers Morgan is the biggest Genorat scumbag alive because he hacked a dead child's phone.
Don't forget he's a hypocrite too.
That too. I mean, the reason he fled America and became friends with Donald Trump and worked for CNN was literally as a result of him hacking a dead girl's phone. So,
are you talking about a phone like this?
Yes. Yeah, it was back in the early 2000s, the phone hacking.
Yeah, I could have guessed. Yeah, I could have guessed.
Good. Very good. But we got 4 topics for today's show, none of it to do with that rat bastard. We'll start off with the first topic, which is what Triton wanted to talk about Smash JT's Discord getting searched and subpoenaed and all that stuff as part of a lawsuit, whatever that is. But Triton, why don't you tell folks about the topic? Why don't you?
In fact, I'm going ahead and bringing it up right now. So, Smash JT posted this. This has crossed the line. Creature, McConte, and her legal team are escalating. They are already invasive. Discovery demands are now talking to my community directly. They are demanding information from every current and former member of my Discord server. A server I rarely even participate in. So that means she'll want my information, basically everyone that's ever joined the Smash JT server's Discord information. And no, I am not giving my information to Smash JT or any of them because I do not want that creature knowing shit about me.
I can add some context.
Go ahead, add the context.
The context is what that creature's legal team will do is essentially subpoena Discord, and it'll be Discord who will give them the information as part of the discovery process. And that's the worst part about a lawsuit, folks. Discovery reveals
everything.
Well said, Dan. You're the most capable Dan I know, because the other one, he can't even spell his own name.
What's up, GG on Wheels in chat?
But please carry on, Triton.
So, in the second paragraph, he's like, what they are demanding includes Discord IDs, usernames, roles, past and present phone numbers, email address, billing addresses, and any other addresses, IP addresses at account creation, last access IPs, boost history, and join and leave dates. And I think that shit's just fucking dumb to even have. I fail to see how harvesting private addresses, contact info, and IP data for unrelated community members has anything to do with her alleged harassment claims, this is not narrowly tailored. This is a fishing exception. My lawyer, Ron Coleman, and I are pushing back as hard as the law allows and are hopeful the judge recognizes this for what this is, a gross overreach and abuse of the legal process. This case is already expensive and unnecessary waste of money, but dragging my community into it is completely out of bounds. Unfortunately, Creature has shown repeatedly that she has no boundaries when it comes to attacking others from where she stands. I'm limited on what I'm allowed to say at this time, but feel obligated to keep everyone in the loop as much as I can. This is insanity. Her intent is to scare people away and destroy the brand I've created out of sheer jealousy. It won't work. It will never work. Are you laughing?
I'm laughing about that last sentence. Scare people away. Dude, your moderator, Alucard, already did a good job of that.
I mean, that is not wrong, but that is unrelated. But that is
So
definitely
we have
wrong.
Discord moderator and Swamp Creature working together to destroy Smash JT's brand.
Come on, guys. Guys,
Separate situations, but
Taran.
All right, get back
Taran,
to the topic at
No,
hand.
it's all right. Triton, because this is how you flesh out a topic, right? Certain tangents that are tangential to the topic are worthy of being fleshed out. So, Taran, why don't you elaborate on that? Come on.
okay. So there's a moderator that was promoted almost the day he joined the server in Smash JT server, and he has connections to 8-Bit Eric. He's a slime ball, and basically when he came into the server, he started like cracking down on people and banning them for the most minor infractions. And anytime they questioned him, he would threaten them with a ban as well.
And
he's also a casino lover. His name is Alucard.
Right. Oh, that's Dracula backwards. And you think he's like the typical Discord mod, probably lives with his parents, doesn't even have a bed.
Yeah,
he doesn't even have a
we've confirmed he's a Smash JT pay pig, so
wow.
That's probably how we got moderator so quickly. That, and he's friends with 8-Bit Eric, so.
Well, then at least he's doing one good thing. He's giving money to Smash JT, who is giving his money to the wonderful Jew lawyer, Ron Coleman.
You know, at this point, I don't even care if Smash JT wins, because he's pretty much dead to me at this point.
Well,
he defended freaking Alucard when people called him out on his super chats.
Taran, no one wins a lawsuit. No one. Even under the best of circumstances, no one wins a lawsuit because the process defeats everyone involved. That's why lawsuits, especially the discovery part, as Dan referenced earlier, are incredibly dangerous. It doesn't matter who wins. Right. In most cases, one side
loses.
Exactly, Dan. Yeah. In most cases, the winning side doesn't even get paid from the losing side. It's just what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a performance because of the negative aspects of it. But one thing I can say is that no one is benefiting from this. No one. Both sides are going to get dragged. Both sides have information exposed, and it'll bring down both of them, in my view. But Triton, please, why don't you big up that image? Why are you using a white background? It's so weird.
It's all right. But for each, so this is for the documents to be produced. This is what Creature and her legal team are trying to demand from Smash JT's Discord server, from each current and former member of the Discord server, bearing the unique Discord server ID guild and all that. So this is what they want: Discord ID, Discord name, roles within Smash JT's server, current and former, phone number, email address, billing address, any other address, IP account creation time, last accessed IP, whether the user ever boosted the Smash JT Discord server, and if so, when, date and time when the user joined the Smash JT Discord server, date and time the user left the Smash JT's Discord server, if anything. She's basically going full Jewish mode, chat. Full Jewish mode.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, Triton, but Taran, you said you were part of that Discord group for a bit, didn't you?
Triton, it was too.
I'm still in it, actually.
Have you guys ever paid for anything on Discord?
Nope, not at all.
I
So
paid
why
for
the
Nitro,
fuck is
but
she
I haven't
asking-
boosted his server.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because you need to realize, folks, if you've got a billing address on Discord and you're part of Smash JT's Discord server, debanking is on the cards, folks. Email address, phone number, doxing's on the cards.
Mainly,
IP address.
It's gonna be the patrons that are mainly gonna be affected by this.
Oh yeah. And this is the thing people need to understand. Discord will reveal this information. It will be extremely damaging, okay, folks? And that is why it's extremely important to point out right here, right now, why it is so important to foment the next generation of creators and to not directly link them to more prominent names, right? Because if they can take down the most prominent creator and all those connected, that's an entire ecosystem gone, man. Everything wiped out in a situation just like this. And it's not just current, it's also former. So anyone Smash has fallen out with will be targeted by this as well, which will only cause them to be having a more antagonistic attitude to Smash JT, which means more targets on his back.
Oh, he's already got a target on his back for me over the moderator situation. He's not looking at his Discord. He's letting Alucard literally run the damn thing. And everyone's left, and the Discord's now pretty much dead. No one talks in there.
And that's why it's so important for a creator to keep a hand on their relevant projects.
And it's also important for your if you're gonna have a Discord server, you need to moderate it and you need to pay attention to it, or otherwise shit's just gonna go down and everyone's gonna blame you and you're gonna wonder why your entire Discord hates you. It's because you're not in there moderating and getting onto your mods when your mods are banning people for no reason. Because it's your server. You need to take pride into it. It's Smash JT server. And Smash, if you're watching this, you need to take more pride in your server and not allow people like Alucard to just abuse admin without your approval. Because
guys, I gotta tell you, there's a reason why myself or my mentor never had a Discord server. Personally, I don't like Discord. Right? I know some people here do, and you're welcome to like it if you want. I personally do not. I'm not a fan of the site. I'm not a fan of Discord groups, that sort of thing. But if I were going to have one, I would dedicate myself to it, and likewise with everything I've created. And I think it's so important to realize that if you can't give something at least partial attention, you shouldn't have it, whether it's an organization, a group, or a family. You know, all sorts of things. But Triton, why don't you go back and let's take a look at the comments. Let's take a look at the commentary surrounding this. Let's get people's reactions. Because I think that's also important, folks, to get the general feeling of what people think. So we got 8-Bit Eric, we got Sir Slender. Can you zoom in? Triton, my eyesight.
Hold on, I can try to get it full screen. It's on my window, so I don't know if I can zoom in.
Yeah, press Control and scroll wheel on your mouse. Hold down Control and move your scroll wheel forward.
There we go.
There we go. That's
that better. All right, cool.
So what I want folks to do, if you like, is just gradually scroll down so we can get, the thoughts of those regarding this.
I got more thoughts on it too. Whenever we get to us giving a thought,
because this adds more context to the situation, and then we can get
that person you're looking at right now. Victor Burns.
Hold on, guys. Stop talking over me. I don't like this guy, but he says, God, I hope you block that shit, man. That's so retarded. Next thing you know, she'll be wanting info of every person you've ever applied on Twitter, X. What a batshit insane RP of a person. I agree with your take, man, but Victor Burns, hold on. But Victor Burns, you are a backstabbing snake, so you can go fuck yourself, but your take is good.
I just wanted to say, I just wanted to say, sorry, Trident, but sometimes a broken clock is right.
Is right twice a day.
Look
Yep.
at the
That will be
post
that.
before Victor's.
Honestly,
Also, what does Torn keep saying? Because he keeps interjecting, even though people keep talking.
I
Go
said,
ahead,
look
Torn.
at the post before Victor's, like directly before.
Oh, you're pushing back by already agreed to it? Let's look at this. I am co-counsel for the plaintiff in the case above. We are requesting with consent of the defendant the issuance of a court order authorizing plaintiff to serve the attached subpoena on Discord. What the fuck?
So
And I
this
can tell
guy's
you
a
why.
lying clown.
And I can tell you why. I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Because if the defense rejected it, she'd win the case. Simple as that.
So he's basically saving his own self than his community, basically,
Yeah.
is what that means.
And we need to point out, folks, that if either side is not open, honest, and transparent during the discovery case, say one side is open and shares everything, but the other side is not open and doesn't share everything, the side that shares everything wins. And the whole process collapses. That's why this is happening. I mean, I studied law for years. It's a boring, tedious profession, folks. I don't recommend anyone study law unless you really want the money. But I will point out that this is a process, and Dan can tell you the discovery process is the most brutal process.
Yeah.
Right? Smash may not like the fact that he has to disclose all of this, but ultimately, as part of the legal process, he doesn't have a choice.
And that's just unfortunate, I guess. But that means I'm probably going to end up having to leave his Discord because I'm not having this. I don't want this creature knowing my information. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be leaving the server after the show, actually. Because hell no, I'm not giving my information out to these people. And if Discord gives my information out, then it's whatever. But just know that she's going to use this to dox innocent people that done nothing wrong. I don't know why she's even allowed legally to do this.
Well, it's part of the discovery process. Her team are making the narrative argument that everyone connected to Smash is, in a sense, aiding and abetting his actions against her. So that's
okay.
And add a phone number that doesn't exist. I just removed my phone number from my account.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the issue is it's for anyone that left to Discord is fuck for why for people that already left, like you're just doxing other people that are not even involved, like people that joined way before this lawsuit even happened, because this Discord's been around for years.
This puts guys. Sorry to interrupt, because I value everyone's opinion here. This is the war in culture war.
Yeah.
This topic is a fantastic example. And I think, Triton, it would be best, to get rid of this and to get panel perspective before we move on to a far more entertaining topic. Let's start off with Black Putin. He's been a bit quiet.
Yeah. So, hi. I have one thing to say coming from an outwards perspective on this. Honestly, I believe in my heart of hearts that the first step to silencing someone is to threaten them and their followers with legal shit.
Yeah.
And that's the only way, as of right now, you can silence someone legally. Now, there's other ways of silencing someone, but most of the time that's just going to end up pissing them off, and they're going to look for a way to either, if it was a threat, they're going to look for a way to legally sue you back for a threat, or they're going to get law enforcement involved. But me being on the internet so long, I've seen how Smash operates. Yeah, he's not the smartest tool in the shed, and he's very grifting with what he does. He needs to go back to video game content, in my opinion, if he wants her to just leave him the fuck alone. I
Well,
honestly think that if he promised her he would go back to video game content and it would only pertain to video game content, she would just stop with what she's doing.
She probably wouldn't because she's
No, she wouldn't.
No.
They don't
No,
just
you see-
stop when
see-
you stop. They come after you no matter what.
They
They've
stop him
infiltrated
when you're
video
gone.
games.
They don't want him just to stop. They want him gone.
Well
Yeah.
said, gentlemen. You're all raising fantastic counterpoints, mainly because of the fact that if the opposition, because that's what I call them, everyone else has other names, so I just call them the opposition, right? Because you all understand the term.
I
They
call
will
them
not
retards,
rest.
but okay.
They're
These-
not opposition, they're adversaries.
That
They
is
are opposition. Just let him finish his point.
no. Adversaries is a good one too. Right? Dan makes a good point. Can I replace Furious Dan with this Dan? Come on. Okay. We need to consider the
Are
fact
you trying to trade Dan's or something? You want my?
Well,
you
that would
trade
be a great-
Dan's?
that would be a great show, the Dan Show. Just
In
all
fact,
Dan.
I'll invite Furious Dan on for next
Dan
week's
show.
rotation, and we can call it the Dan panel.
Good, very good. I like your thinking, Triton. But we need to understand, right? Because it's good that Black Putin is giving an alternative perspective. We need to understand that if the opposition, if our adversaries get rid of someone like Smash and succeed, it will not stop there. They will then target all the other prominent creators connected to Smash, and then they will target all of the creators connected to them, and so on and so forth, until these people systematically annihilate any kind of contrary opinion, even from a show like this that has, sorry to say, not much support. It has the potential to be so much greater, which is a future threat to the adversaries that we face. But thank you for that perspective, Black Putin. We appreciate you. Torrin, anything to add to this
Yes.
topic before we go to Dan?
people told him to stop talking about her. People warned him, and he kept doing it for content. That's how disingenuous he is.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to elaborate further. Which people? Because I think that'd be a good
Legal
source.
mindset, one of them, he said, just don't say anything. And he kept talking about her.
Hmm.
And also to elaborate on Torrance' point, because I've seen this in the Discord. There
Sure.
were a few people in the Discord, mainly just Discord Anion, saying, hey, you probably shouldn't move on. And he just ignored those people in there.
Well, you make your bed and you lie in it. It's as simple as that. I've gone through that, and I'm sure everyone on this panel has. We all have our time to shine, and we all fade away. But you know one person who isn't going to fade away, folks? It's Dan.
Yeah,
Dan,
so
what do you make of
I
all
have a
this?
little bit of a opinion on this whole sort of
Sure.
ordeal.
Sure.
Smash JT won't keep quiet. And that is now. I'm not going to say anything bad about that because honestly, I can't fucking keep my mouth shut either. If somebody pisses me off or whatever, I'm definitely going to keep going at them. In fact, I do that shit all the fucking time. But at least I know that the best decision here would be to just to stop talking about it. However, contrary to that point, he already made one. It doesn't matter if he made 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or even 1,000 videos on this person. It does not matter. Once you make one word, even something that they don't agree with at all, they're going to keep coming after you till you're gone. That's the type of people we're dealing with. It doesn't matter if you make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. It doesn't matter if you make one disagreement or point against them, they will come after you. They do it to their own people that they say they rally with to go against people like us. But even then, they eat the motherfuckers alive. Like Smash JT, yes, he should have stopped talking about it. He absolutely should have. It would have made the swamp creature look a lot worse. But we all know Smash JT is definitely possibly a grifter. So he honestly couldn't help himself. He did make his bed. He's gonna have to lie in it. But do I think it is the right thing to happen to him? No. He may be a grifter, but this swamp creature is the worst fucking person out of the two. Nobody should root for the swamp creature, but people shouldn't be blindly rooting for Smash JT either. I mean, there's both of them are in the wrong, but one of them is even more wrong. That's the kind of thing I'm going at here.
You know what that reminds me of? You know what that perspective reminds me of, guys? Life. There are no good guys in life, folks. And
Nope,
maybe
not
that's
everyone. Like, here's my perspective on all these situations,
Sure,
all these dramas
sure.
that happen. Is just no one's a good guy, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on this whole Smash JT thing. I don't think it's right for the swamp creature to be asking for everyone's personal info, but at the same time, it's like people in the panel bring up a good point. Smash kept talking about it over and over and over and over again when he could have just stopped. Because Legal Mindset warned him, Discord Spirits warned him, a bunch of people warned him. It was like, hey, can you not talk about it anymore just so she doesn't do anything stupid to you or your brand? And he kept on doing it over and over because he doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. And honestly, though, I get a lot of content creators don't know how to be quiet, but sometimes you just have to force yourself to shut up. You have to force yourself to, because that's the thing. You already made, like, what? 20, 30 videos on her already. You already got your point about her across. I would just walk away. He should have just walked away while he can. But now him and his whole community are in danger now because he didn't know how to walk away.
Well, I think asking a content creator to be quiet would be asking a swimmer not to swim. But I do understand that point. What was that, Putin?
Oh, is my thing echoing? Sorry.
Yeah, it might be. Don't worry. See, look, folks, this is what happens when you give a Somalian a smartphone. But in all seriousness, that's what happens. But it's good to get panel perspectives because this lawsuit has been dragging on. It's been over a year now. People are sick and tired of it. So I understand the frustrations of everyone on this panel, especially those who would be caught in the crossfire as a result of the Discord getting searched. The lawsuit's ramping up, discoveries being penetrated, and the server's going to get wrecked. And everyone who's in it or has been in it could well get wrecked along with it, which is going to cause a myriad of problems for everyone involved. It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
It really is.
But you know what? I can actually give you a list of some of the events that led up to this. Like, well, we don't know exactly what happened because they never posted it publicly, but at some point they had to close down the entire Discord and prevent public invites. Oh. And that's about the time Alucard took over.
Oh,
he
dear.
started as a moderator, right? The day he joined, pretty much, he joined on as a moderator, which, if you ask me, is very suspicious and disingenuous. And it's because he was a pay pig on Smash's streams. And also because he knew 8-Bit Eric, who is also a moderator in Smash's server. Which, it seems like a conflict of interest to me.
Call me a little conspiracy brain, but I'll talk about this after you're done, Torrin. I have a conspiracy on this.
Well, anyway, he started cracking down on people that were questioning him about, like, what he was doing, and also because they said some things he didn't like. Like, there was a whole... What started this controversy was someone said Fortnite was for kids in 8-Bit Eric server, and he got all butthurt about it.
Oh, you're talking about Alucard.
8-Bit Eric got butthurt about it, and Alucard took personal offense to it, and it moved into Smash JT's Discord, and then things escalated. Someone got kicked, and then it just started a big domino effect of people either getting kicked or leaving. And now Smash JT's Discord is dead. And also, Alucard got promoted to admin because one of the other moderators left because they were stressed out with dealing with the entire situation because Alucard was being a bad faith actor. No, that's not the story Smash JT will tell you. He'll say, or Alucard, I should say, he'll say that the moderator left because they were getting harassed in DMs.
And that's why it's so important to have this discourse, folks. Because without this discourse, you guys and gals wouldn't know about it. So, Dan, why don't you tie this topic in a bow with your Candace conspiracy?
So first off, I just want to preface this by just asking Torn for a little bit of timeline events to sort of make sure I'm not going actually Candace conspiracy mode. You know what I'm saying? So Torn, you mind telling me when this Alucard joined the Discord server in relation to the Alyssa Marcante village swamp creature lawsuit?
This past June, July, something like that.
So the lawsuit,
and he was promoted
around
around the same time. Yeah, the lawsuit was already in full swing at this point.
Yeah.
My guess is they were requesting something other than like user IDs and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, Raven Groiper 2 in chat.
That's actually happened before. There was an Alyssa Mercante chat plant in there as a moderator once before.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. This individual allegedly knew 8-Bit Eric, gets mad about Fortnite being a kids game. Ironic.
Actually, that was 8-Bit Eric, but he was protecting freaking 8-Bit Eric over it. That's the funny part.
Fair enough. So they're saying this individual is a pay pig as well.
Yep, for Smash JT, and probably 8-Bit Eric.
Well, I don't really trust 8-Bit Eric.
Me either.
So that's another thing as well. There's two things that could be going on here. 8-Bit Eric's probably had this individual go in there to a Smash JT server to mess stuff up for the lawsuit or whatever due to some personal disagreements. We know 8-Bit Eric isn't really the most confident individual from previous interactions. Or this individual Alucard could also be a swamp creature plant.
Yeah, it's not the first time it's happened. There was another one called Kira something or whatever, and it turned out to be a dude that was under Alyssa Mercante taking screenshots and info.
Oh, so a simp. Okay, we got it.
They were pretending to be a woman, though. That's the funny part.
It's just really odd that this happens.
It's weird. Also, I want to point out they got promoted to moderator too, so they had access to a lot of shit they shouldn't have. How the hell do these idiots manage to? Did these idiots manage to not see this? Seriously,
they didn't manage.
It's because that's the thing. Hold on. I know why it is. It's because Smash JT doesn't run the protocol. Most Discord's protocol. Before you just moderate any random person, big or small community, you have to get to know the person for at least a few months. You have to VC with them. You have to talk to the person. You can't just be like, oh, hey, I want mod. Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go. You can't just hand that out like candy. Smash JT was handing out that mod role like candy, and that's why we're all getting in this shit. That's why the Discord's being subpoenaed.
Yeah. Also, probably because he thought it was
like handed to the wrong people, and they had access to shit they shouldn't have.
But there's also a third option, a very probable third option. It's not conspiracy brain. You said the lawsuit was pretty much ramping up at this time when Alucard came into the server. Yep. So, what if Smash JT got desperate, trying to get as much support as possible, but he fumbled the bag hard, and he didn't want to admit that he fumbled the bag, and he just doubled down.
That could be a possibility, Dan.
Yeah.
You never know.
We really don't know anything, to be honest. All we know is this individual comes in.
What was Torn about to say?
Shit, and boom, everybody starts leaving.
Dan,
finish.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, I was going to let you finish first. I was Raven Groiper's chat here.
So, this individual comes in, messes stuff up. Boom. We really don't even know much other than that. We really don't. So, all we have is speculation until we get the real story from the individuals that know the truth. Smash JT, 8-Bit Eric, Alucard, and a few other moderation staff. That's basically all we have to go off of is speculation and theorizing.
Well, as sorry to interrupt you, Torin. As someone who has interacted with Smash JT and 8-Bit Eric, could you imagine that, folks? If they were right here, you imagine that? Oh my goodness! But Torin, make your point, and then we'll.
I was going to reply to Raven Groiper's comment there. this 8-Bit Eric guy associates with the Kino Casino, and they tried getting Smash JT sued by Razorfist. That was Smash JT's own fault. But I also want to point something out with that. That's not even the worst person he associates with. He also associates with Dr. Disrespect. And if you know anything about the allegations against Dr. Disrespect, yeah. Well, it's not much allegations.
You said Smash and 8-Bit Eric are here right now. Are they wanting to call in?
No, I said.
I thought you were hinting at something.
No, I'm not a fan of springing surprises. No
okay,
way.
I'm just making sure because I'm just prepped up to always be prepared for surprises.
But
no,
yeah,
I just want to let everyone know that I've interacted with these people, and you never know what the future holds.
But yeah, something else to point out about him interacting with Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect actually donated to Smash JT's legal fund too.
Yep, a lot of people did.
But yeah, it's actually concerning that he's friends with Dr. Disrespect.
It's also
Dr. Disrespect admitted
because, Ryan, do you know like what Dr. Disrespect admitted to in front of like thousands, millions of people?
Yeah, that he is. How do I put this? He's a Diddy.
Yeah, and I think letting people like that don't like if Dr. Disrespect donated to my legal fund, I don't care if it's like $10,000. I'm sending that shit right back to him and telling him, KYS, because you're not getting my money because you're a fucking pedophile. I'm not taking your pedophile money. Your pedophile money's cursed to me. But apparently a lot of people don't think like that. They'll just take kind of money.
And then there's the Flynn situation. Flynn came from 8-Bit Eric.
I'm not trying to revive all that because I'm not trying to have A-logs and Tims and all that come over here and be like, oh, hey, But no, we did capture this Flynn guy that was in multiple different Discord servers and a lot of people.
Yes, and I commended you for that. Well done.
You know, actually,
he was a moderator in Smash JT.
You know what? I'll probably just bring it up anyways. You know, there's a few people that had Flynn in their server that were mad at me for capturing him because they're like, "Why is Triton the one calling Flynn out?" It's because I got to the information before you did.
It wasn't even really Triton. It was Nith.
Well, it was me, and I did tell Nith to look it up, and Nith looked it up. I did tell him to look it up.
That's true.
See, look, that's what I like so much about this community. You know where to dig. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
as I said before.
And we also know, like, if something like that happens, I know to, like, let you know immediately because you don't want that on your burden. You just following this guy, and all of a sudden people are using it against you, saying, look, you knowingly associate with a pedophile. But it's like you don't even know that this guy had that charge because that guy hid it from a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. And I appreciate you guys for, and your associates for uncovering that.
Yeah, it's mainly my manager, Nith, that did the research. So all the research credit does go to him. And I really appreciate that. And to us, too, for spreading it.
Exactly. Right? The spreaders are as essential as the finders, right? Because if you guys hadn't have found it, if you hadn't have found out about Fucky Flynn, the opposition might have. And think of the damage that would have caused to the cause.
Totally.
In fact, too, I want to bring up a point too, because this Flynn guy was in Smash JT server. If I didn't,
he was a moderator too.
Hold on, yeah, and he was a moderator too. If I didn't expose Flynn sooner, like let's say I didn't expose Flynn at all, and this subpoena happened. Oh, Alyssa Monte and the opposition would have a field day with that.
Oh, yes.
They would love to use that against him. If they would
have imagine first. Triton, could you imagine the headlines? Bigot verse connected to Diddler and all that sort of stuff. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm kind of glad we found it first to avoid this shit, to avoid the opposition from using that as a talking point. Because that's the thing, too. It's like they don't even care about shit like that. They're just going to use it because it damages Smash.
Well said. And I think that's why, folks, it doesn't matter if you're a prominent creator or if you're just starting out. We're all pieces of a great.
It looks like Gabe and Robbie are in, but once we wrap up this topic, I'll let them in for the next one.
Yeah, that's all right. In fact, this is the perfect opportunity to move on to the next topic, because the next topic is a bit
all I need
more...
to say.
Yeah, what was that?
I said I've said all I need to
All
say.
right, we're moving on.
Good. No, clarification is important, Triton. But the next topic, which I'm going to write down for a solid 44 minutes and 44 seconds, we're going to talk about Boogie again, folks. We're going to talk about Boogie and his tramadol meltdown. Okay. Now, recently, it was some time ago, but recently it's popped up again. Still shopping. But Boogie2988, once an adored content creator, now he's, well, just about hated by everyone, basically is going through, or has been going through, tramadol withdrawals, okay? And if folks don't know what tramadol is, it's an opiate and a painkiller. In fact, has anyone on this panel ever been on opium-based painkillers?
No, the only thing I've been on was medical marijuana, but I think, yeah, Robbie said he has.
Right, so
I was on opioids when I was hit by a car.
And was it a pain in the ass to get off of?
No. So I know I have an addictive personality, right? It runs genetically through my grandpa and his side. I like cigarettes, beer, alcohol, all that shit. A lot of vices, addiction runs, prevalent. Yeah. Anyways, so more or less I had to cut it cold turkey. And what happened was I was going to reach for him. And this was like back when I was actually hurting, because the doctor stupidly gave him, even though we told him, no, we do not want these. But anyways, he gave them to us. I went and took them, and they made me so fucking loopy that I threw away the bottle and the stuff. I didn't even like being on them, which was weird because usually addiction type shit, it just gets you. But in this case, it was bad. So just
got Boogie, I'll tell you that.
Boogie, I don't even think he's technically having pain. I think it's obesity.
No, but he's in tremendous pain. He's in so much pain.
Help me.
Yeah, help him.
They twisted my tipples and my whatever. Anyway, in any case, I think it's just him being overweight that is causing most, if not all, of his problems.
Yeah, probably.
He needs exercise. He needs to not go in for surgery or whatever the fuck, because I don't think he can have it again. After you have it once, I don't think you can do it again. No, he needs to go on a low carb diet. He cannot touch sodas ever again. He needs to, go and shave off as many pounds as he can. And my guess is he will live for a very long time, and he won't have to have an excuse. Oh, I'm dying soon.
He doesn't want to live. That's why he always makes the excuse of he's dying.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. You ever notice how fat ass motherfuckers live longer than in shape healthy people because
they adapt?
See, in shape people tend to die from actual circumstances like cancer or something because they had it and they didn't know it. Well, in this case, fat bastards can consume everything in their brother and still be here on this fucking planet, being a nuisance to fucking ordinary day people, where it's like
ordinary what?
Ordinary day people, like they're
gay people.
Ordinary day people.
Oh, day. Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Yes. No, you're fine.
I got confused too. I thought we were talking about gay people like Boogie right here on the screen.
Well, no, I'm just saying that motherfucker, has so many excuses, and it's all because he wants attention. It's not because he wants to eat, and not do anything else.
Well, he is, as of the making of this video, this was from a few months back, folks, but let's face it, he hasn't gotten any better. He's knocking down his wall.
Wow, so he's wasting his own fucking money that we gave him. What an asshole.
This is a guy who's in constant pain and is going through tramadol withdrawal, right? But he is engaging in physical exercise to knock down his wall.
Let's look up the symptoms of the withdrawal.
Well, go ahead, by all means. But I'm just going to play a little bit of this. This is courtesy of LolCow Alert. Thank you, LolCow Alert, for alerting us of this. LolCow. So I'll just play this for about, I think 20, 30 seconds should do the job.
Boogie, no, Boogie.
Okay.
Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah. Fine, I'm a smackhead. I don't give. I'll smoke a bowl tonight in your honor. If it gets me out of pain, I'll become an alcoholic like you. If it gets me out of pain, I'll start drinking 700 White Claws for straight too, motherfucker. Sound like happy? You want to crack open some White Claws with you, bitch?
And thank you to LolCow Alert.
He's like, oh,
All right.
Zoom in on his face. Let's rewind and zoom in on his face because I got the symptoms right here. See if we can get a nice thing on it.
Yeah.
So we got sweating, chills, irritability, anxiety, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting.
Well, he hasn't talked about the nausea, diarrhea, or vomiting part yet, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think he'd be 300 pounds and suffer from vomiting.
Nah, he'd be suffering from diarrhea.
Mm. But yeah, he's not exactly stable. And this is like the hook clip that LolCow Alert is using to.
This isn't fucking irritability. This is being fucking psychotic.
Yep. Because this is a guy in 2018.
Irritability and psychosis kind of crisscross with each other.
They do.
Because my ADHD medicine causes irritability and also psychosis. So,
well, guys, consider this: Torrin, Dan, Black Putin, even Triton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boogie in 2018, Boogie was making nearly $500,000 a year on average, right? This guy was a millionaire on the eve of the 2020s, and now he's begging for money. He's begging for medication. He's begging. Basically, it's a DSP put on weight. That's what we're dealing with. This guy spent $200,000 on hookers from 2018 to 2021. It's absolutely insane, folks, but we all know who the chief exploiter is.
Apparently, according to chat, which they say they don't know if it's true, so hopefully you can confirm this one, Digny. He said, chat says, I don't know, true, but he came out as bi, apparently.
Oh no, Desi kind of has a man's jawline, so it's probably true.
I think that was part of what I call the Kevin Spacey defense.
Basically, just part of the script LolCow Live does, because let's be real, LolCow Live does script law. This Keemstar behind the scenes tells Boogie to act like a stupid idiot, and Boogie's like, "Yes, sir, master. I'll act as cringe and unhinged as you want, master."
It's
a good motherfucker on the bottom of the screen now.
That's Rastov, a glorified Discord mod. But in all seriousness, Triton raises a fantastic point. It's a point that I sympathize with. You know, it's staged, it's scripted. They all have Keemstar gives them lines to read out. I understand that perspective. I also understand the perspective that Boogie has been, right, for years now, spiraling. Okay. Yeah, he may be leaning into it now, but it's like the Titanic leaning into the sea. It's not going to do him any good.
Like when I say Boogie's reading these scripts, he could easily tell Keem fuck off, but no, he's like, oh yes, I'll be unhinged. I will do all this. I'll fake cancer. I'll do all like Boogie will literally do anything for clout, and he's not what he used to be. 2018 Boogie would not listen to Keem. 2018 Boogie would just do his own thing and be like, no, I am not doing this. I'm not going to downgrade myself. But now current Boogie's like, yes, I need it. I need to downgrade myself. That's all I got is to downgrade myself, guys.
Well, nowadays, folks, this was a few months back, but nowadays, LolCow Live is Boogie and the Discord mods.
Apparently, GG on Wheels says this the guy on the bottom, the one that with the lesbian hair, is the guy that booted him for him calling him power hungry. So apparently that guy is like.
Oh look,
he's not just hungry for power; he's hungry for something else. Look at how fat he is.
Well, yeah, he is. He's either Australian or New Zealand or a New Zealander. I think he's a New Zealander, and basically glorified Discord mod propped up by.
Oh look, it's Alucard.
Yeah, by Killer Keemstar, and not many people remember when he was called Killer Keemstar. Remember? Hard R Killer Keemstar. Remember that?
Drama alert.
I remember that. I'm old as hell. I'm like a fossil.
Also, Gatler, your thing's echoing a little bit.
Okay,
Yes.
I get it.
Yes, Somalian. Stop using a mobile phone. Give me my Obama phone. But let's play this. A little bit of this. Another 30 seconds.
The audience doesn't.
I'm on opioid withdrawal because in order to get through fat camp, I had to take extra pills. And to get through the weekend where I had to fucking drive 20 total hours in 4 days and fucking do all this other shit, I had to take extra pills. Well, it turns out with a controlled substance, you just can't buy as many pills as you want. So I ran out. I'm on a 3-day I can't even ask for more pills till tomorrow. And I'm not sure that I'll get them tomorrow. I probably will get them Friday. Is tomorrow Friday? What day is that? So I've been relying on ibuprofen and Tylenol.
Look, folks. I think we can all agree that this guy is officer.
Fat camp ain't working for you, Boogie.
No.
Don't worry. He could have taken 20 of the Tylenols. He would have been fine. Don't worry about it.
This guy is spiraling. He's been spiraling for years, and now he's reduced himself to being a servant of Hard R Killer Keemstar.
I call it the iDubbbz effect.
Oh, goodness me. Folks, if I ever... Well, I'm never going to turn into Boogie. I'm a cartoon. It's not as if I'm going to shake pills in front of you guys. But yeah, I have back problems, right?
Hey, with AI, you can as a cartoon if you create.
Oh, god damn it, Triton! You just made his worst nightmare come true.
But... No. I prefer to just laugh at.
It's a good thing we don't have a large following yet. Some fan would probably make that into an AI cartoon.
I don't honestly. I don't know. If a large following turns me into Boogie, I'm like, oh hell to the no. Oh no! Shaking pill boxes.
We're gonna ban him.
To help me get through opiate withdrawal. Shut up!
At the end of
and what's this text to speech stuff, guys? What's this text to speech stuff?
I have no idea.
Because they have text to speak things.
I think it's like if you donate, your message comes up or something.
So it's like freaking fish tank.
Chat donations.
Yeah, it's like fish tank.
They're either hosting this. They're either hosting this on Discord or Zoom.
Oh, they're hosting it on Discord. 100,000% Discord.
Yeah, green. Look at the green.
Yeah, look at the green. That's how you can tell because the green around the thing.
Yeah.
He's absolutely crazy.
Also, Getler, can you mute for a minute? Your thing's echoing. I can hear it.
Yes, Somalian, be quiet.
Okay. I take 100%.
You know what?
Dude, what are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, was someone talking or was that?
Yeah, I was saying my word for Getler for him to mute. I'm just gonna scream Somalian mute.
Yes, that's a good idea. But apparently,
Somalian, jump on another ship and pirate it.
The two biggest things I feel sorry for is Boogie's table and Boogie's chair. Imagine living your life as Boogie's chair.
Bro, that chair gets abused every single day, even off the air. I bet you Boogie probably punches it too.
I bet he farts in it
Hashtag
too.
save the chairs.
Now, because there was a previous point earlier on about Boogie losing 300 pounds. This guy has literally lost half his body weight, and he's still a fat fucker.
Yeah.
He's still a fat piece of shit.
It's absolutely insane. When someone loses 50% of their body weight and is still clinically obese, only in America, and I hear someone's family member or girlfriend, one of those.
That was
women.
Yeah, I know. But yes, let's play this.
Martin, man, I'm trying to tell you. Can I fucking go? I told
That dog left pretty quick.
Yeah,
that
you
was a
can
cat.
go and run on a treadmill, Boogie.
Yeah.
you I'm fucking hurting, man.
There's only
I
20
got
minutes.
goddamn soda on my fucking laptop.
There's 20 minutes left.
Can I go? Do I have to finish the fucking show? I've never taken a fucking sick day in the entire goddamn time. The 2 fucking years we built this shit.
It's funnier when you put it on 2 times speed. Isn't
I
it?
know, it's really funny when you put it on 2 times speed.
Okay. Because I know there's like a 30-second rule with clips, folks. But if we put it on 2 times speed, we can get through a minute of content in 30 seconds, and it'll look more entertaining.
Can I fucking go?
Dude.
Can I fucking go? I'll finish the goddamn fucking stream. I'll finish the goddamn this whole fucking house.
That's a good shot, dude. That's a good shot.
Go. Let me fucking go.
Go where? You're going to be in pain leaving your desk?
No, I don't want to be in pain live. Is that okay? I don't have to be in pain live.
Just
You think that's
Maybe
okay?
if
do
you
a lap
lost
around,
the
you'll be
weight,
fine.
you wouldn't
Lap around.
be dumbass.
In all honesty, guys, if Boogie was that active, right? If he was at 2 times speed, at normal speed,
He'd be
probably would-
125 pounds by now.
Exactly. Well said. Okay, and he even talks about losing 300 pounds and all that.
I'm not
all
sleeping
that
because I'm in
sort
too
of
much.
stuff. But let's play this for about 30 seconds and get Boogie's enlightened perspective from the guy who faked cancer for views.
In pain. I'm literally taking fucking Tylenol, ibuprofen like it's goddamn candy right now to get through the fucking day.
Why not just smoke weed?
Though.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, what was that, Triton?
I said, why not just smoke weed or smoke a cigarette or some shit?
That's a good question, and that gets answered in this clip. So good job there.
Why not take duct tape to Keemstar?
I mean, he's already fucked up his life, so they can't say, "Oh, it'll fuck you up." He's already fucked up his life, so he might as well. But let's see what they have to say.
Look at that Jafar looking.
Yeah, look at that fucking Jewish ass face. He knows what he's doing. That's why I don't like that guy. He's a
I want to get some duct tape.
Keemstar David strikes again.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Super chatted.
And the worst part about it is, number one, somebody in chat says lose weight. Then dum. I've lost 300 pounds.
Then get
I
off
used
the
to weigh
medication.
600 pounds.
Then get off the medication. If you lost the weight.
I'm still hurting. I have L3, L4, and L5 fused together.
Yeah, his
He's fat.
Yeah, parts of his spinal cord are fused together. So basically, you weighed 600 pounds. You now weigh 300 pounds. So the 300 pounds you lost was basically the best part of you. Was any of that brain tissue? Think about it, guys.
Pretty decent bit, probably. Let's be honest. He got more retarded when he got the weight loss surgery. Let's be real.
Yeah, think about it. When Boogie was a massive motherfucker, he was a jolly good guy, speak his mind, nice to be around. And he was Content Creator of the Year in 2016 at the Game Awards. The Game Awards recently happened, 2025. He was Content Creator of the Year in 2016. And now look at him. That's all it takes, folks. Everyone has their time to shine. Everyone fades away.
Yep.
And Boogie's slowly fading away.
Instead of the
After-
weight loss
after
surgery, you
this
should have done a
once
weight
Locale
loss
Live-
exercise.
Hold on. Once Locale Live ends, Boogie will have nothing left. Literally nothing.
Well
Yeah.
said.
Blessed night. I gotta go eat and then I gotta get ready for work tomorrow.
All right, you take care.
All right, see you guys.
Peace.
Robbing non-Somalian ships does not work, but you do you. We
I mean, he makes a lot of money from it. I mean, I don't know.
damn. But this look, this would be a great freeze frame. But the thumbnail for this video clip's already been made.
Smoke some pot, Boogie? I don't have a license. This is Arkansas. I can't go to jail. I'm a felon, so I can't break the law, dipshit.
Remember when someone answered his door and he pulled a gun on them?
Yeah, I know. That was Frank Castle. Frank Castle went to his house and he pulled a gun and did a warning shot.
The funniest
Yeah.
part about it is he would have been in less trouble if he just domed Frank Hassel instead of
I
firing that
know.
warning
That's the
shot.
funny part. If he would have just killed Frank Castle, he could have got away with a stand your ground law. But because he shot it in the air, he got a charge and now is a felon.
So that's why he can't smoke some pot, Triton. But
Yeah.
this it's so sad, man, because this guy inspired so many people.
I mean, there are ways to fake drug tests.
Well, there are also ways to fake cancer diagnoses. I think.
Yeah,
Boogie-
like you fake cancer. Why can't you just fake a drug test? You just can't obviously expose it on local live because there's people that will snitch on you. But if you just
Oh,
did it
yeah.
behind the scenes without the show and you just fake the drug test, you could smoke some pot.
Pay with
Fake
Klarna.
cancer, so you definitely know how to fake a drug test.
Sorry.
If you fake cancer. Oh, you're good. I have that on my normal streams. That fucking the ad shit.
I'm pretty
Sorry
sure this
about
is what Boogie2988 uses every day to buy his, his video game
I use
collection
Brave
now.
browser. It automatically ad blocks everything.
Bitch, get off my screen.
No, we're just gonna keep that up for an uncomfortably long amount of time.
Oh, get this bitch off my screen. There we go.
Ironically, they're using a black woman to sell
I'm not gonna
age
lie,
renewal
this lady-
cream.
I'm not gonna lie, she's actually kind of attractive. But anyways, let's get back to the.
Attractive in a "I want to own you" kind of way. But yeah, this is a funny clip, folks. It's about what kind of pain Boogie is feeling.
Too much
Fucker.
chocolate.
I've been sitting there this whole goddamn time. I feel shit I haven't been able to feel in goddamn years. I told you, my teeth hurt. I haven't had teeth since 2019, and my teeth hurt somehow. Make that
Grab a
make sense,
fly and
mother-
rip him out, Boogie.
Oh, what was that,
you say?
Torrance?
That was
Oh,
Dan.
I was. Oh, Dan said that. Yeah.
No, I said grab a ply and rip him out. Maybe they'll feel better. You won't have him anymore. Maybe the pain will be gone.
Goodness me, man, that made me laugh. I'm in so much pain. My teeth hurt, and I haven't had teeth.
I've had teeth since 2019.
Like, what the fuck, Boogie? You had a life. Anyone on this panel?
I don't have a life. I don't have a life. I don't.
That's a good
as
impression.
Triton does
Trey.
his-
That's a good impression.
As Triton does his best Boogie impression, indeed, Dan. But Boogie had a life that most content creators would kill for. In terms of,
I had that life. I don't have it anymore, even though it's my own fault.
he had so much support. He was raking in the money. He had sponsorship. He had the hookers, right? Let's face it. Why spend 200 grand on hookers when you can get a gold digger who will just stick by you for the money? Right? Desi or whatever her fucking name is clearly an abuse victim. Clearly. What do you guys think?
I think she's
Or a crack whore.
I think she's
the mixture of the
Hold on, let me
two.
finish on this. I'll let you say your thing. So I think Keem found Desi on the streets and paid her to be Boogie's girlfriend for the show.
That's an interesting thought. What about you, Dan?
You know what? Probably all three.
Oh, damn.
The trauma victim, the crackhead, and the person being paid to be this fat loser's quote unquote girlfriend.
Yeah, Keem found some crackhead gold digger on the street and was like, "Hey, do you want your life to change? All you gotta do is date this fat piece of shit."
Well, speaking
it would be the plot twist of the century if Keem starts paying Desi more than he's paying Boogie.
He probably is.
You know, in this situation, Wings of Redemption looks sensible.
Yeah, but Wings is still low cow in his other way, and he's still.
I mean, he would look more sensible if he beat his wife,
Oh, damn.
But just Boogie's just more mentally unsufferable, and that's why Wings looks sane. But Wings just wears a mask. Boogie can't even wear a mask because he's just retarded. All right, Gigi, you take care. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Boogie's more likely to eat a mask than to wear it, but I'm just going to play this for another 30 seconds, and then I'm going to find a pen.
Body's finally healing, Boogie. That's what healing does.
I'm fucking going, man. I'm fucking going.
Come on, Boogie. 20 minutes.
20 minutes of fucking hell.
Let the pussy go. Let the pussy go. He doesn't contribute anything to this drama stuff
I was
anyway.
in pain before I went through a draw, motherfucker.
No, let him go. Let him go. It's fine.
I'll tear this fucking room. You want to see me? I'll spend my fucking 20.
You know, what I find very interesting about Boogie's room
There's-
is that it does look dirty on the surface, but it doesn't. Once you take all that stuff away on the floor, it looks quite clean.
Yeah, he needs
That's
to
how
take
you
away
know
the
it's an
Amazon
act,
Ops
like, 'cause when
manager
he's-
best.
I bet you when he's off the camera, he cleans all this shit up and the room doesn't even look that messy. It's just for the camera.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what's he do about the wall?
The wall's for the camera too.
Am I high or am I seeing an Amazon operations manager red vest on his floor?
Yeah, he did wear that during I think it would be a previous stream when he knocked down the wall. He was wearing that because the police came, because he had raged out so much that the police came. And I was like, "What are you doing, man?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing some home decorating. There's a literal hole in your wall."
There's a hole in your wall, crazy man, and you're not wearing an actual safety vest.
You
You're
know what
wearing
would be
one you
funny?
got from Amazon.
If him destroying the wall was a crazy cover story, and he actually is doing home decorating.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Bipolar, schizophrenic, fat man, possibly. Who knows?
But you know, I found it funny. You know, the bit
Dude, he
where
looks like a
he's-
potato. What the fuck?
There you go. This bit. Oh, that's not a good picture of Rostov.
That is not a good thing. He
He's
looks
looking
even
up.
more of a lesbian.
Yeah.
This picture, he looks like Peter Pettigrew from the Harry
Dude, what-
Potter.
Keemstar's looking at him like he
Rat
wants
face.
him.
Yeah, it's like Keemstar. Even Drama Alert is losing support. Lolcow Live has been losing support. Everything Keemstar touches turns to crap.
Because
Well,
Keemstar's
modern day
irrelevant.
Keemstar.
Here's who Keemstar is. He's a guy that thinks he's relevant. He thinks it's 2016 still, so he's trying to get his relevance back. But it's like you're falling off. Your time's done. You might as well retire. He's already been on here like more than a decade. In fact, about to be 2 decades. He's done.
Yeah.
Keemstar's
Dude,
over. He needs
When
to just fucking
Asmongold
fall off
opens
and
up
take care of
Roach
his
Ranch,
kid.
Keemstar needs to be the first one to get put in that shit. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like Keemstar's just clinging on to old irrelevancy when he could just he already has enough money to retire. I don't know why he just doesn't retire.
He's
No,
literally
because doing this is too fun for him.
boomer.
It's his
Boomer.
life.
Boomer. Incredibly bored.
Hold on, exactly, Digny. It's his life. Like this is his life. That's why it's too fun for him. If he
What?
doesn't do this, he has nothing to do during the day. That's why he does Local Live. Because that's the only thing he got going on because his baby mama left with the kid. And that's public knowledge.
You need a new microphone, Triton. But
Why is it not- can you not hear me?
Har-
Hello? Hello?
we can hear you. It's just not well.
Yeah, you sound very far away from the mic.
Am I far away now?
A little bit better.
Oh my god!
I know it's so annoying, isn't it?
Oh,
But
can
I
you
like-
fucking hear me now?
Yes,
Alright.
yes, but it's inconsistent, Triton.
Well, I'll just,
It's
have
like
I'll just keep it up the mouth. But anyways, what I was saying is Keemstar doesn't need to be here anymore. His relevancy's done. Like, he needs to go focus on getting his kid back.
He's never gonna get his kid back. He looks like fucking Jafar from Aladdin. But,
no.
I find
he's
I
also
find
a
this.
Gen Xer. He's a Gen Xer, so that explains why his work is his life.
Mm.
Yeah.
But let's. Oh, what an interesting clip. Oh yeah, your biggest
Dude,
fan.
I hope and pray to God you are in this much pain one day so I can fucking laugh at you. I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope you get hit by a truck.
How do you not know that
We
I'm
don't-
not in that pain every day? And I'm just not a pussy.
Yeah, we don't take-
Oh, God, he just melted himself. Keemstar just admitted he's in pain. Oh, he pretends
he's
that
in
he's
pain
living a
having to
high
deal with
class
that
life, but he's
bullshit.
just as in pain as Boogie. Except for he just likes to pretend like, oh, guys, I'm better than everyone. But no, you're depressed
You know
because
he's
your wife
probably
and
trolling,
kid
right?
left you. You sack of shit.
Damn.
Yeah, folks. They're
I
spiraling.
hope he heard that too. I hope y'all heard that.
Yes, yes, we
Keemstar
did.
needs to hear
Yes, we
that
did.
and take
Right.
that to heart because he's a
Well, one
low
thing-
sack piece of shit, and he needs to go take care of his kid, but he won't because he's a terrible father. He's a terrible person. He needs to just leave this fucking internet. I'm so tired of seeing Keemstar, Boogie, Wings, and all these low-cal faggots on here.
Well,
Hey, man,
here's
you
an
can't say
interesting
that.
question.
Keemstar's not gay. He's a bisexual.
Well, my goodness,
Keemstar is
everyone.
gay.
seems to be.
Keemstar literally spends more time with Boogie and Wings than Brantley.
But he's not gay. He still spends time with Brantley.
Yeah, but he spends more time with Boogie and Wings. He's still gay. He's still retarded. Stop defending a Jew.
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying he's not gay.
You're defending the
He's
Jewish
not-
billionaire. I don't
No,
want to
I'm
hear it.
not.
Stop
No,
defending
I'm
the
not.
Jew.
I'm not. He just swings one way more than the
You're
other, but he
Jewish.
still
You're
swings
Jew.
both
I'm trolling.
ways.
Did somebody?
Yeah, he swings both ways, but still, he more likes Boogie than Brantley. Let's be real.
Yeah,
He
I
spends
mean,
more time with
yeah.
Boogie than Brantley.
Yeah.
Did
Like, he may
somebody
spend a little
say?
time with Brantley, but he spends more time with Boogie. Because let's be real,
Brantley
all he
looks like
does all
I
day is
don't
on
know
low-cal
about
live.
you, but Brantley looks like a Down syndrome child.
Mommy, Daddy, please stop fighting.
True.
It's
Anyway,
Jew, it's Jew time.
it's just Jewing time.
Mitzvah, have a bar mitzvah, collect the checks and fill up
Collect
a
the-
girl to letting you.
Collect the
Wait.
checks and leave real Americans out. Let's take over America.
Let's grab a
and take over the
cradle and
economy.
hold a cradle up upon our nations we roll. Anyway, let's go. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next thing because I don't know.
Well, the
about
next
this
topic
part
is
thing.
something. It's gaming related, folks. So I don't know if folks in this group would know much or care much about this, but I'm going to write it down for solid. I think it's an hour 16 minutes. Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's around that. My fucking pen won't work. Bastards. 1 hour 16. Work, chink pen. 16 minutes and 59 seconds. If you haven't already, folks, like the stream, share the stream, all that fun stuff. The third topic was sent to me by Jose from Cancel This Podcast. It is regarding the most recent Game Awards and how the Player's Choice Award was a Chinese game, folks, a red Chinese game that apparently robbed Dispatch, which, to my knowledge, is that invincible knockoff choice-based game. It robbed that of the Players' Choice Awards. I mean, the Players' Choice Awards within the Game Awards, basically, it's up to the people watching and voting to decide which is the Players' Choice Awards. And it's not surprising that a Chinese made game won, because they are the majority of the population.
Well,
Quite
not only
simple.
that, they're just making better shit right now because the Westerners just want to make everything ugly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Chinese and the fucking French. Why isn't it America?
Actually, it isn't the French anymore. They were good for like 2 years ago, but now they've fallen in the same pipeline.
Well, I mean, Expedition 33 was a French company, but they're like a
I don't
they're
agree
like a
with that.
standout.
I don't agree with that.
They're like a
Mhm.
standout from the normal Frenchmen. That's the thing.
There's no way they're French.
Yes, they are. They're former Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're-
fair
they're
enough.
not-
I mean,
not
if they're
only-
former Ubisoft, then I get it. Yeah.
Well, Dan, not only are they former Ubisoft, Sandfold is based in France, and Kepler Interactive, who published the game, is a French company.
That's
that
also why they were
specialized-
dressed like a bunch of Frenchmen on the Game Awards.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, the story of Expedition 33 is incredible, folks.
Yeah.
Because think of the best of Ubisoft mixed with the best of Square Enix, right?
Yeah,
Think
that's
of
a-
that.
That's a good description.
I mean, these are two companies, right? I know it's a tangent on the whole Players' Choice Awards, but these are two companies that have fallen on hard times, who are not doing too well. And here's these new fuckers coming out of nowhere, making their own project, taking inspiration from those who came before. That's why it's a big thing in the game for those who come after, because they are the ones who come after. Sandfall. The ones who came before were Square Enix and Ubisoft. That's why I think it's very important for people to figure out. I mean, even the term Clair Obscur, because it's Clair Obscur Expedition 33, the English term for Clair Obscur is actually sounds Italian. It's chiaroscuro, and it basically means light dark. That's why we call it Clair Obscur, the French term. Because if we called it by its English term, it would sound Italian. It's mind-bending when you think about it, folks. It really is. Let me just see if I can...
Yeah, we don't want to give Tony Splitoni a fucking, anything to latch on to,
Nope, you don't.
I just wanted to share my screen because this was what was sent to me in regards to the Players' Choice Awards, folks. Because apparently, gamers and fans wanted this game disqualified because of the Chinese connection and because of the fact that this game has been accused of being predatory.
Well, yeah,
apparently,
gotcha game. Of course, it's predatory.
Apparently,
some are more predatory than others. I can confirm that.
But apparently, Wuthering Waves is the folks behind that are apparently bribing their player bases to vote for the game to win the award.
More than likely, yeah. It's a gotcha game.
And we need to consider the fact that although the Chinese have done very well and have gone very far in a short amount of time in terms of games development, they're not above doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, they will do this. And this is a big issue because if this can be allowed to happen, it's like, I'm a Chinese developer. I make Black Myth Wukong 2, right? Make Black Myth Wukong 2. The budget's 100 million. How much is the budget to bribe the Game Awards? 100 million. And he just wins all the awards.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a good game.
Devs aren't doing that.
It's a big problem. And
I'd rather a good game get away with bribing the Game Awards than a shitty half-assed game doing it. But still, it's bullshit either way. It shouldn't happen either way.
Yeah, it's a big problem, folks. And I think it's very important for us to realize that the cream of the crop should rise to the top, not the company that has the most money in its pocket. Netflix has a lot of money. Disney has a lot of money.
I'm looking at that Dispatch game on Steam. Doesn't look very appealing to me, honestly. You want to
No.
It might be overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, a lot of people like it because a lot of people are craving for those choice-based games. Because it used to be Telltale who made those games for people to like, who liked and enjoyed those games. And Dispatch is really filling in that niche.
I will say their pricing is reasonable for a game. It's $30 for the normal edition and $40 for the digital deluxe.
Yeah, it's a choice-based game. So in terms of what you do, you play a character and you make... It's a narrative game where choices have consequences. Yeah. And it's also an Invincible knockoff as well.
Invincible knockoff?
Yeah. Takes a lot of inspiration from the Invincible series.
Oh, God.
You know, superheroes.
I'm glad you said series and not the either comics or TV show. I'm glad you said series. We got to clarify that.
Oh, thank you.
Rabid fans would go fucking insane. Very smart man. Very smart man, this Stigney guy is, Triton. Thank you for introducing me to him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's why I did the network show, because he's really, really is a smart person that adds a lot to the topics we cover.
Well, you're the sharpest Dan I know.
Thank
Sharper than Serious Dan.
by a country mile.
Shots fired, Furious Dan. We'll have to, which I did invite him on the show.
We should have a battle of the Dans. We should.
In
have
fact,
a
we'll
battle
do
of
that
the
next
Dans.
week. I invited him on the show, and I'm gonna get in contact with Furious Dan.
But yeah, this
Find it out.
situation probably would never have happened if Western game devs hadn't pulled this DEI bullshit in the first place.
Yep.
Because people are turning to West or Eastern games for their attention because the Western games are not delivering what they should, and people are putting doubt into Western games now because of this as well. So
they should have never agreed to it. They should have never agreed to it. That's the number one thing. If something, I don't know why they even agreed to the whole DEI thing in the first place. Like, hold on, guys, let me tell you how ridiculous this DEI shit is. I've played Saints Row 1 through 4. Now, we already know Saints Row games have a pretty diverse cast from 2 onwards. Even the first fucking game had a diverse cast of characters. So, let me tell you the diverse cast of characters in 2 to 4. We have the boss. He can be any, or he or she can be any person you want them to be. Any race, ethnicity, whatever. They can be a fat fuck. They can be skinny. It don't matter. The second character, Pierce Washington, black man, okay? Third character, Shandi, white girl, okay? Fourth character, the most popular one, Asian person, Johnny Gat. So that's already a diverse cast of characters. Mixed in with all these side characters you get through the story, you already have DEI, but you didn't need to call it DEI because it blended into the story well. Well, got rid of all of them in Saints Row Reboot, the one that happened in like 2021 or something. They did that and they were like, oh, we need DEI. You already fucking had it and you ruined the game because you got rid of the original cast of characters. That's how stupid this movement is. They already had diversity in some games, but they wanted to do it to an extreme that nobody in their right mind would accept. And they're taking the fall for it. They didn't even have to do it. That's the problem. Like,
It's
what
about
are we doing
control
here?
at the end of the day. That's the thing.
Yeah, they want to control. This is literally what they want to do. They want to control everything. They're control freaks. They're malignant narcissists. They think nobody else deserves to have what they want because they're not worthy of it. Basically, it's just bullshit. And like this, now the shareholders, the stockholders, the board of directors for all these Western video game companies is like, why are we losing money? Are we going to have to do a takeover of your company until you get the shit right? It was actually their fault, the reason why it even happened in the first place. These executives consulted with the board of directors and the stockholders and shareholders for the DEI stuff, and they agreed to it. So yeah, if it wasn't for these idiots trying to pass the blame onto each other like the pointing Spider-Man meme, we would have Eastern video game companies from China making good games and then bribing the Game Awards, rightfully so, because, I mean, if the Game Awards took a bribe from some shitty ass game that literally doesn't matter from the West, they'd look even more like fools. But like, if it wasn't for the Western game companies doing this dumb bullshit with DEI that really didn't even have to come into being in video games because they're already diverse, technically speaking, we wouldn't have this Chinese bullshit making good games and then bribing people when they don't even need to bribe people. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, I think the control narrative makes a lot of sense from the Chinese perspective. I don't think the objective is control, Dan, personally. Right? You don't look at a cause, you look at the effect to find the cause, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people look at the cause to determine the effect when it's the other way around. What are the effects of something going wrong? And from that, you can identify the cause.
I mean, they always say how much they hate the things that, got them to the place they're at. So maybe their cause was to destroy everything that people like.
Exactly. Well said, Dan. Well said. Hello, Gabriel. Are you back from shopping?
I'm now in an undisclosed location that may be a bunker located somewhere in the Midwest.
It's a toilet.
But anyway, let me just continue something real quick because actually, you know what? There was also, I said this as well when I was bringing up the control argument as well. This also applies with the malignant narcissism. They not just only want to control, they might even want to destroy something you like because you don't deserve it compared to what they think they deserve. So that could also be another thing. Instead of being the control freak aspect of this, they might want to destroy everything that they don't like.
By the way, Gabe, there's a lot of feedback coming from you.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
It's all right. Dan, Dan, you're a great talent. It's a shame you have uncurable cancer because it's hard getting good stock.
I'm supposed to be getting a phone call later tonight to hear more news on it. I hope
Wait.
soon.
I didn't know this. You have cancer? What
Yeah, I have polycythemia vera, the same thing Boogie's got. It's in the brain. It's in the blood in my brain.
Are you trolling or?
No. I'm actually for real. Just ask Digny. I told him. It's just real.
Damn.
It's as real as the Israeli state.
Yeah, that real. Yeah. So we might get. Just hold on. I got a text. I'll hear more about it in 30 minutes. So, we'll hear more about it in 30 minutes. I hope I get cured because I did some tests recently in the hospital, But before I die, I'd like to go and hear onto the, I want to hear everybody else's opinions on, the stuff me and everybody else has heard about this whole Chinese bribery, Western game culture, Eastern game culture.
I can hear someone's children.
My bad. It's my nephew. But anyway, I'll be right back. I need to scream at him.
That's all right. That's perfectly fine. But yes, Dan makes a fantastic point. And the point of this all is the aim is to destroy every facet of Western civilization, whether it's popular culture, wider culture, the political landscape, the economic system, the social system, ultimately the military system. And we'll really get into that with our final topic, which Triton recommended, which will either blow up the channel or blow up the channel. The same word can have two different meanings. But, Gabriel popped in too late to get the context of this situation. I'd really like to save Gabriel's perspective for the final topic, if you don't mind, Gabriel, because it is an explosive one. Torin, do you have anything to add?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything on the previous topic.
Good, very good. How long have we been live? My eyesight's terrible.
An hour and 30 minutes.
1 hour, 21 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Stop. Let me say it. 1:30 and 59 seconds. 1:32 even.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Because timestamps are very important doing what we do. It's the only way we can make videos from shows, although making videos from this show is potentially explosive. I wish my pen would work. That would really be helpful. But an hour, 32 minutes dead for the final topic, which Triton recommended. This is what I've titled it for the protection of this channel. Is Trump for regime change? Invading Venezuela is another Iraq and Afghanistan on Israel's orders? Triton, take this topic away.
All right, so I found this. Found this tweet of this Hold on, let's pull this up. Screen. So breaking: Israeli population. Israel Hayom says it was Israel that pushed Trump to bring about regime change in Venezuela. Wow, it really is every single time. And he leaks this from the article that was written by Israel Hayom, and it says the following highlighted. Since Hugo Chavez's rise to power, Venezuela has become one of the most hostile countries to Israel and Zionism in Latin America.
Every bird, single steam, Timowitz.
All right, stop interrupting me. His successor continued the anti-Israeli line with even more intensity. Thus, Venezuela, which previously maintained warm relations with Israel and even purchased security technologies from it, became a center of hostile propaganda towards Zionism and the Jewish state. Which means, yeah, this is another fucking war that we're fighting for Israel, basically, because Trump's a fucking coward and he likes to basically suck off Israel and suck off Netanyahu.
It only reinforces my perspective, folks, because this is my first time interacting with Dan, so I might as well reaffirm this perspective I have. From the Israeli point of view, America is Israel, and Israel is America. More Jews live in the United States than live in the state of Israel through pure population numbers, okay? So 1 for 1 we're talking about. Israel, of course, is a much smaller nation than the United States, but I think about 9 million Jews live in Israel. No, not 9 million, 6 million rather. And about 9 million live in the United States, right? 9 million people live in Israel, but 6 million of them are Jews and 3 million of them are Arab Muslims.
And I'm actually interested if you're okay with it, Ding, need us to get Gabriel's perspective first, since for one, he hasn't been here the whole show. And not only that too, but Gabriel does love going in depth in these kind of topics. So I'd love to hear Gabriel's perspective on it. So what's your perspective? So what is your perspective that it was revealed that Israel basically told Trump to bring a regime change in Venezuela?
Personally, I don't really know how to see that issue. Because personally, I don't really know much about the issue. I know the issue of what Venezuela is as a country and as a political entity. As for Israel being involved, I don't quite understand why they would want to be involved. Most of the oil they have control of in the Middle East.
Dude, it's literally not the oil. It's whether or not the country recognizes
Hold on,
Israel
I'm on
as
the
a sovereign
computer
state.
right now. Hold on, I'm on the computer right now.
Let's get someone else's perspective while you're looking that up then. Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll bring this up. The reason why, and I'll do this to respond to Gabriel to tell him why it's even an issue in the first place. You think Israel gives a shit about Venezuela's oil? No, the U.S. does. Even then, the U.S. doesn't really give a shit about Venezuela's oil either. It's just a nice scapegoat to basically say, oh, yeah, we went to Venezuela because they're attacking our country by sending narcotics. And the oil's nice, too, to hide the fact that they're doing Israel's dirty work. Israel doesn't like Venezuela because Venezuela is one of the few Latin American nations that doesn't recognize Israel as a sovereign state. And you know what? A lot of countries that don't recognize Israel as a sovereign state get boned in the economies, in the economic sense, and in the militarily sort of sense, right? So, I mean, it's basically just a thing of, it's not the fact that the country's bad, because we have just plenty of terrible fucking countries that recognize Israel's sovereignty that don't get shit done to them. It's the ones that don't, good or bad, that have the cards dealt against them and the blows dealt against them constantly. So, yeah, no, my opinion on this, it's not surprising. I knew, dude, before these morons let it slip in this news article right here, I fucking knew it. It's obvious. It's literally obvious.
And this is why. Sorry to interrupt you, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it your family's having a whale of?
Oh yeah, they're being scared. They're being terrified by my cancer diagnosis. They're just getting the paperwork.
Well, I'm just going to make the point that
hold on, I'm getting a call from my doctor.
Oh yeah, but this is why North Korea has nuclear weapons, right? Because of all the countries that are hostile to Israel, North Korea are the most hostile, right? But the United States, South Korea, Japan, they can't touch North Korea because they're a nuclear weapon state. If Venezuela is invaded, right, more and more nations that are hostile to the United States and Israel, they're one and the same, folks. I don't know why we should separate them. America is Israel, Israel is America. Whether you like it or not. They both serve each other's interests.
100%.
And they both do Netanyahu's bidding.
And you could make the narrative argument, although it is subject to debate, that in terms of raw population numbers, America is more Jewish than Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a very fair assumption. Also,
in fact,
guys,
you know what's funny too?
News.
A lot of the American politicians like Israel more than the actual Israelis that live in Israel do.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, you could just, like, if you looked at the previous New York mayoral election, every single one of those idiots except for Zohran Mandami was like, oh, yeah, we're going to go to Israel and kiss the fucking wall. But anyway, guys, I have great and astounding news for you guys. Much like Boogie2988, I got news from my doctor. Okay, I got news from a 972 area code in Israel. My doctor has finally told me I am cancer free. It's gone, guys. It's really gone.
And you know what,
ladies and gentlemen, I am free from cancer.
And do you know what saved Dan? Do you know what cures cancer? Watching a Nick Fuentes video.
Yes. It absolutely does.
And in fact, I think we're gonna do that as a segment on the regular show this week.
Oh my!
Yeah, God, you know what?
Hey, hold on. This is a funny thing from Cancel That Podcast. In fact, I'm gonna put it up. You are cancer free, but if your doctor's Israeli, he installed a pager in your body.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did have surgery for it a couple weeks ago. What is that beeping noise?
Beep.
I'm joking. But anyway, no, let's just be serious about this. I was trying to do the cancer bit because I knew we were going to talk about Boogie2988.
All right.
The thing is, I'm actually not surprised that they decided, because this has happened multiple times with this fucking country and its news publications. We had this whole shit happen like a bunch of times. I mean, it's like one time, okay, fine. It's just one time. 2 times, okay, you're kind of pushing it there. 13 times, okay, why are we surprised? Okay.
6 million times.
I was literally not surprised because Trident can even tell you this. I was talking about this with Frank about it was either a month or a couple weeks ago. We were talking about this Venezuela shit. Yeah, when they were talking about the Venezuela shit. Yeah. Frank actually brought it up, and I was like, you know what? That's actually a good point that I heard a couple times, and it actually sounds true. Frank brought up that the reason why Israel's going after, or like America's going after Venezuela is, and a lot of the politicians who are for war against Venezuela have ties to Israel, is because the Israel lobby does not like countries, no matter what they are. They don't like them if they do not recognize Israel as its own sovereign state. And that was
which is so ironic, Dan, because apartheid South Africa was the most pro-Israeli state on earth, yet got blockaded by almost every country on earth except for Britain and Israel.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Yeah, so it's like it's a really big conundrum here, man. It's like they're saying this out in the open because they know we're not going to do shit about it, but they're going to miscalculate one day. They're going to keep on saying this shit out in the open, not realizing that they're going to harbor so much resentment that people are just going to be like, okay, fuck it. We tried to make America great again. Couldn't do that without putting America first. Now we're putting America first, and you're trying to send us to fucking war with Venezuela because you don't like that they don't recognize your state sovereignty. Okay, well, you know what? We don't recognize it either. You're going, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
I think what Americans need to understand, and this is because I'm an outsider, I'm not an American. I think you can hear the fact that I'm not an American. But I think what Americans and Brits and Europeans generally need to realize is the only way to free yourselves and to free your nations is to cast these people back to where they came from. Remember? Send them back. Remigration is inevitable. Send them back. Deport the illegals. That sort of thing. You need that mindset, because I think Israel would do a lot better if it had the entire Jewish population living there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally, I think they would do a lot better. And if millions of them left the U.S. for Israel, that means millions of jobs open up in the United States.
Yeah. Finally have lawyers that aren't just in it for the money.
And we also need to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that without Western support, the state of Israel would not exist. I think we can all agree on that notion.
No, we can agree on it.
Hold on. Without our support, Israel will not exist. Israel will not even be thriving right now. the entire Middle East would have went after Israel and nuked them off the fucking map if it wasn't for the United States.
Well, not a single. Well, Triton. I'll just correct you there. Not a single Arab state, to my knowledge, has access to nuclear weaponry. That's not.
But Israel does. Israel has access to it.
Well, they're not Arab.
But still, like, you get what my point though. Like, without us protecting them all the time, Israel would have been fucked up a long time
Why do we
ago.
need to protect them anyway? Israel stole our nuclear weapons and built their own fucking nuclear bomb without our approval.
Yeah, so
why
why
are we
do we
protecting
still need to
them?
protect them when they basically just stole our protection?
Yeah.
How else can we protect them? They stole
We
it.
should stop sending them weapons. We should stop sending them money. We should tell them, okay, you have the nuclear weapons, you have the Galil, you have all those weapons and all those HIMARS we sent you. How about you do your own fucking dirty work? How about that? We don't need to keep on sending you money. And you know what? Every time Americans send Israel taxpayer dollars that we Americans pay for, they use it to supply their citizens with universal health care, a form of universal basic income until they reach college age. Why are we supplying these fucking ingrates with that? They're not grateful for it at all, and we're supplying them with it. Meanwhile, we have people who literally fought for the United States military, homeless on the fucking street, not being able to get a house because, well, you don't have the money, and if they do have the money, they can't get a job because you don't have a home. We can't send you any mail to get that job.
Also,
Like,
Frank added they stole that shit in 1968.
yeah, the only reason I know about that is because of Frank right here. Actually, everybody give Frank Jalapeno here some props.
Oh yeah,
he knows a lot more than he lets on.
I just want to let everyone know, right? The best way to understand the opposition is to understand their mindset. And Dan, you've been raising great points, right?
Yeah.
Now, as I cosplay as the Jew, because you guys saw my Jewish avatar, right?
Yeah.
As I cosplay as the Jew, it's like, since America is Israel and Israel is America, then you guys giving us weapons and money, it would be like, I don't know, Washington giving money to
to look at anything outside. Yeah, no, I ain't doing shit.
By the
Please
way,
don't
Dave,
put
you
the
are
Gabriel,
on
mute.
stream, mute.
Yeah, you're planning something in Tel Aviv, we all know. But in all seriousness, Dan, that's how the Israeli mind comprehends the situation. It's like, well, of course the Americans would give us money. America is Israel. Israel is America. Of course you would.
I also know their other mindset. Any American who disagrees with that is a Nazi, because the Nazis are the ones who don't like Jews, and the Jews should not be killed by Nazis and put in camps again.
Also, that narrative. Also, I'm glad you brought up that narrative, because that's one of the stupidest narratives ever. Because that's the thing. It's like, I disagree with Israel, but I disagree with Nazis too. I don't believe you should kill Jews. I believe Jews shouldn't just control countries that they're not a part of. I don't think Israel should control our government, and I think that's a fair assessment.
If I want to
fair take.
camp and kill you, that doesn't
should not make me a
necessarily
Nazi.
No, hold on. No, hold on. Let me say this too. Plenty of other people who weren't Nazis have put people in camps and killed them. It's not just a Nazi thing. So, like
British thing. It's an American. In fact, the British
we did this to Japanese people too.
Yep.
We put a ton of Japanese people in camps in World War II after Pearl Harbor. So, like, it's not just exclusively a Nazi thing. What are they on about?
And we have to also understand the what is called Nazi is essentially a slur. It is the right wing N word, ladies and gentlemen. The N word, Nazi.
I love it.
It's short for National Socialist, which is the potent mix of German nationalism and economic socialism.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
I love being called that slur. It's my favorite slur.
And we need to consider the viewpoint that the only way to win a war is to understand everyone's perspective, right? Because I'm sure we all know this. Going into Venezuela is going to be a way bigger task than invading Iraq or Afghanistan. First of all, it's a far bigger country. It's got, to my knowledge, a bigger population. which means more troops, more supply routes.
Yeah, but they're not really as radical as those fucking farmers in the Middle East, though. But still, we should not underestimate them no matter what. They have better technology, and yeah, it's
Also,
just going to be a fucking mess.
They also got CIA assets like Tucker Carlson giving them information about Americans and the American government.
Well, the CIA obviously does that because they try to experiment on the battlefield as well. But like, yeah, of course, yeah.
The fighting in Venezuela would be reminiscent of fighting in Vietnam.
Literally,
Geographies are quite similar.
Yeah.
Except on a far bigger scale. It's like if America invaded Iran. It's like Iran is way bigger than Iraq. Iran has a bigger population, bigger surface area, and the bigger the country, the harder it is to occupy.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if it's full of desert or jungle. Those are actually two of the most difficult, right? And that's why if the United States enters a military conflict with Venezuela, I'm sure they'd be able to occupy it. I'm not doubting that. What I'm doubting is a successful occupation. That's not going to happen.
There's never such thing as a successful occupation if you actively do not try and understand the enemy you're fighting. That's why, and if you do it at the wrong time, it makes it even worse.
Exactly.
If we do it during Venezuela's most stormiest or, active season for like hurricanes or anything, we're going to be fucking mopped on the floor with them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at the British occupation of India. It lasted centuries. And by the time the British left India, we carved it up into 3 pieces. And they've been fighting ever since over those pieces.
Yeah.
Right? That's how you handle an occupation. I'm sorry to say this, guys. Americans don't really understand how to occupy countries. They don't. Iraq, Afghanistan, South Vietnam.
They really don't.
Because America isn't an empire. It's a product of empire's refuse. Sorry to put it in that way, guys. But think about it. What is an American? An American is someone who founded the United States of America. Who were those people? Yeah. They were white Europeans. All right.
And who were those Christians as well?
Yep, Christians as well. Well said, Dan. And what were those white Christian Europeans? They were all enemies of Europe's empires. Britain, Spain, of course, Mexico, which was the successor to the Spanish Empire in terms of the American territories.
At the time, when they did find America, they were still under the British Empire and the European empires technically, but then they rebelled.
Yes. Yes, but that's the thing, folks. America was built on anti-imperialism. So how can it be an imperialistic empire that conquers territories? It's a contradiction in terms. That's why
it's massive hypocrisy.
That too. Invading Venezuela, first of all, it would be political suicide for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Okay? Right.
I mean,
it would be another
midterms.
Yeah. It would be another endless war, the likes of which America has not seen since Vietnam. Forget Iraq and Afghanistan for a minute, right? Because those are small countries with small populations. Just going to say, Venezuela is a bigger country with a bigger population, and it's full of jungles. It's Vietnam on steroids.
I'm telling you, if they try and draft me, I'm saying no.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to see protests. You're going to see riots.
In fact, which Vietnam didn't do this, but Venezuela may try to invade us back too. Like if Venezuela wins, Venezuela may not be as nice as Vietnam.
Yeah, we kind of got lucky there because we were dealing with a rebellious movement in Vietnam. We're not dealing with the actual government of the country
that's
invaded. Yeah,
we couldn't even deal with Vietnam. We were fighting half of its government. You think we can fight the entire Venezuelan government?
Hell no.
I have no doubt that the United States, because the U.S. fights wars in a very dirty way, because the way the U.S. invades a country is that they cripple the infrastructure, they cripple the supply lines, they cripple everything. That's what they did during the Iraq War, for example.
Yeah,
when
but,
guns blazing.
Yeah, but the
Right.
problem is, if you cripple infrastructure to a country that really doesn't really rely on that infrastructure, it's not going to do shit. Hence why we were in such a stalemate in the Middle East. We crippled
Exactly.
infrastructure that those people didn't even really give a shit about or hardly even use. It'll be the same in Venezuela. They barely even use the infrastructure at all.
And we need to consider that if the U.S. Invades a Latin American country,
Yeah,
it will unite the continent against the United States of America.
yeah.
and I was about to
I mean,
bring that
look
up.
at what
Doesn't-
what
hold on.
happened when Britain did it.
Doesn't
Everybody
Venezuela
there
have
was
like a lot of
angry.
allies in the continent that will back them up on top of that?
Well, in
Yeah.
terms of diplomatic support, yes. In terms of military support, I don't think so. But I'm telling you,
in the military sense, no, not really. But Venezuela is supplying drug cartels.
Yeah.
And you
We
bet
need-
your ass, a lot of the drug cartels would unify and fight the Americans back.
Well, consider this, guys. Consider this. If the U.S. invades Venezuela,
Yeah.
Brazil, Colombia, Mexico,
Apparently, the
all of
Brazilians
Latin
do
America.
not like Venezuela, according to Frank in chat.
Well, they don't like them, but they understand that if Venezuela can be attacked and invaded,
So
what's
can
to
they?
stop exactly. What's to stop the United States from just invading Mexico and going all the way down?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what
Think about
they still have hatred and high tension for like the British, even
Yeah.
though that happened like fucking ages ago. They still hate them because of that. In fact,
we need-
when Top Gear went to Argentina, they got fucking harassed and yelled at and all that shit.
Look, the U.S. has been very supportive of Argentina recently. In fact, if it wasn't for Trump's bailout, Milei wouldn't have been reelected.
Yeah.
So, and I hear on the grapevine that Argentina is building up its military. And folks, my country, the UK, is a fucking mess right now. All sorts of problems. Everyone hates each other. There would be nothing that could unite us more than a war, especially with Argentina, right? And if the US get in the way, well, that could cause even more problems, right? So I am of the opinion that if the US decides to invade Venezuela, all hell's going to break loose in Latin America. I mean, the Monroe
And then the
Doctrine-
world, actually. That'll be the start of World War III, in my opinion.
Well, in my view, Dan, the Monroe Doctrine, which is essentially the United States of America lays claim to all of the American continent as their sphere of influence. And if anyone tries to inhibit on that, then they are an enemy of the United States. Invading Venezuela will test the Monroe Doctrine because all of Latin America will have to realize that if Venezuela gets invaded, what's to stop Brazil getting invaded, or Mexico, or Cuba, or all of them? The United States does have the military capacity to invade and occupy the entire continent of Latin America, from Mexico to Argentina, right? America spends nearly $1 trillion US on defense.
Yeah.
Take a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of resources, but yeah, the US could occupy the entire Americas. You have Triton based in Mexico, Torren based in fucking Costa Rica, and Dan based in Brazil, drafting millions of Americans to essentially be an occupying force throughout Venezuela and Latin America.
Technically, the Mexico spot's filled up because we have Ethan Ralph in Mexico.
Well, it might get to the point, Triton, where Ethan Ralph becomes an American again because the U.S. has invaded Mexico on the way to fucking Venezuela.
Yeah.
Well, so looks like that's a win-win for Ralph.
It's a long way to Caracas. It's a long way to blow. That sort of thing, folks. But if this does happen, then all hell's going to break loose. I think what the West should do is to just declare a state of neutrality in world affairs. Get our own house in order. And once we've gotten our own house in order, then we can conquer the fucking world. Let the Russians and the Chinese be the world's police for a few decades.
Oh, they're
They got
gonna
their
be
own
fucking bitch
deal.
smacked, bro.
Hmm?
They're
What?
gonna get bitch smacked like we were, like the British were, like everybody before the British. It doesn't work out. Trying to be the world police doesn't work out.
Because you just
Especially if
become
you-
someone's
you-
bitch.
Yeah, and they don't like you.
Hey, look, there was only one empire in all of human history that didn't have the world policeman problem. That was the Mongolians, because the Mongolians would literally just kill everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone. Look at the death count of Genghis Khan, folks. If that was in today's population, Genghis Khan would have killed billions of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of them in the Eurasian continent, right? Pakistan wouldn't exist. There would be 0 people there. And yet the
Yeah.
Mongolians revere him as a deity when he killed as many people as Hitler did, but before the gun was invented.
Yeah.
Hi, Frank.
How is it hard to not see him as a deity?
Imagine
then?
he like you said.
the
Imagine
impossible.
he did that when the gun was invented. There would be a lot more bodies piling.
Oh yeah,
up.
Billions.
Mongolia back then was fucking unstoppable because they had a technological advantage in cavalry that Europeans and Middle Easterners didn't have. Like no one had, right? And the Mongols are born nomads. They're always on the horse. They're always fighting and using bows and arrows and that sort of thing. So when Genghis Khan united them all and they basically conquered most of Eurasia, they didn't know how to use a boat. That's why they could never conquer Japan. That's why Ghost of Tsushima is a great game, because the Mongolians don't know how to swim or build a boat. But on cavalry, they were unbeaten. And it was only because Genghis Khan died without a successor that the Mongolians split into separate factions. But they didn't kill each other. They worked together. But ultimately, they would be destroyed. In fact, most of Russia today, as it is, all that territory, comes as a result of beating back all the Mongolian Khanates. So that's why Russia is a big country.
Yeah. Slavic people were actually the first group of mass enslaved people, right? That's where the word slave comes from.
Yep. They were the first mass enslaved race, and they were enslaved by the Mongols.
Yeah.
So there you go. But no one's like, Mongolia, give us reparations. No, because Mongolia is it's a big country, but it has a tiny population, and most of that population lives in one city, and the entire country is barren. So there you go, folks. There's your history lesson for today's show. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, because we like to keep shows around 2 hours, let's move to future plans. And that's is that 2 hours, 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2 hours,
30 seconds.
Yep.
Thank you. I really need to get a new pen. I shouldn't have bought these pens. Very annoying. Very annoying. But let's start off with Dan. Dan, what's your future plans?
Future plans for the show is what I guess we're talking about, correct?
Yeah, future friends for like shows, podcasts, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Personally, there was a topic I wanted to talk about earlier, but fuck, I can't for the life of me remember what it was.
If you remember, we could talk about it tomorrow. But what's your future plans for like your own podcast and Ravencast and all that?
I just want to be successful enough to monetize it, okay? I want to be able to get the word out there and tell people to use their fucking brains or what's left of it to look up what you're thinking about before making a conclusion that's batshit fucking insane and stupid. Basically it. Like, I mean, the main reason I'm on here is because, well, I used to play video games. Didn't used to get really political until they started pushing this bullshit in my video games. Started coming online, talking about this. I realized one side's worse than the other, but both of them are fucking retarded. Okay, and yeah, pretty much that's it. I wanted to be able to bring my voice out here and have people be able to research shit before they come to a conclusion. If you don't, then I can just laugh at you, mock you, and call you a retard, and it won't bother me one bit because you didn't do your fucking research.
Where's the fun in doing research, Dan?
It's not fun, but you look less like a moron, and you don't get, and I don't actually get, and I don't have justification for calling you a fucking moron.
I like Dan. I like all the Dans I've encountered. That's good. What about you, Torrin? When are you going to meet your 2 bisexual girlfriends again?
Hopefully sometime next week or the week after. I have 2 weeks off, and I'm planning on trying to get out there, but I don't make any guarantees. If anything, we'll have a video call, and that'll be it. But
well, fingers crossed you get there, impregnate them both, and you can be a father.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Please
God.
don't make me think of that.
If it's anything, if the background noise is anything, Glitch would probably be happier not being a father anyway.
Yeah, especially in this current generation. Jeez.
And then you're going to have to stay.
Stupid.
You're literally a millennial, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I'll tell you this, Torrin. Then you'll have to stay with your bisexual girlfriends to make sure they don't eat the children.
What?
Yep. Apparently, folks, in the Western world, bisexual couples are the most likely to eat their children.
Is that actually fucking true? There's no way.
There's statistics on that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Black bisexual couples.
Oh, they're not black.
Oh, okay.
They're white.
We're safe. We're safe for now. We're safe for now.
Yeah. It's black bisexual, then white bisexual. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's a big problem. A lot of people don't understand how dangerous bisexuals are. They're quite frankly fucking crazy. What about you, Triton? What are your future plans?
Future plans is this week to do normal content, cover all the stuff going on in the political and gaming world, and just keep on, telling the truth about gaming politics and about these gaming companies, politicians, and everything, Keep getting the truth out there and keep, spreading realism and hopefully educating my audience to be smart instead of listening to grifting ass channels all the damn time.
Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. Where's the fun in that? Don't you want to rob people of money?
Well, the fun, okay, here I have an actual answer to it. What's fun in telling the truth about grifters and all these people? They get so mad. Telling the truth hurts them more than lying about them. Telling the truth makes them more. You get more of a reaction. You get more people disliking you. You get more people calling you crazy. You get more people on your ass by telling the truth, by just speaking the real, uncensored.
I mean, he's actually right about that. That's one of the things I was trying to bring up when I said my thing earlier. You call them a moron when they're actually fucking morons.
Exists because when we tell the truth, people get rage baited about the truth. When we say, hey, example, when a girl comes on and says, hey, do I look ugly? I'm like, you want to be honest? Yes. Okay, you're ugly. That rage baits people because you're telling the truth that she's ugly. That's a good example of that. And also not that, but when you say that Nintendo's gay, it makes the Nintendo fans seethe. Or when you say Nintendo's scamming company and it's a piece of shit company, Nintendo fans get mad because that's the truth. And they don't want to hear the truth.
And if somebody's a stupid fucking moron who doesn't do research and you call them a stupid fucking moron who doesn't do research, yeah, that makes them mad too because they know you're right.
They're like, why do you tell the truth about me? I want to live in a fantasy world.
You will live in the pod, eat the bugs, own nothing, and be happy.
Anyways, Ryan, what's your future plans?
Who?
Dingy.
No, it's Digny, Triton.
I said it right
Digny.
earlier. Anyways,
Digny.
what's your future plans?
My future plans are going to make more videos, make more shows, make more videos from said shows. I'm up to 265 subs, so we're over halfway to 500 on that, and we're up to 1,100 watch hours. I'm hopeful that within the next 6 months we can get Digny monetized, and I do a show usually every Wednesday, sometimes every Thursday, sometimes on Thursdays, not every Thursday. And fingers crossed, we'll be able to use a WEF quote, build back better. Ha.
Is there wait, hold on. Is there any current shows that you made that you want to promote? Like any new shows coming up?
Oh, there are no new shows coming up, but we do have a network show. We have a network show every day, right? Be it on YouTube or Rumble. Tomorrow it'll be discuss things Tangent Kings. That's at 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, we have a network show with Cancel This Podcast, 10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern, and so on and so forth. Basically, we have a show a day. A show a day keeps suppression at bay. And you know what else keeps suppression at bay, folks?
The notorious DCG.
Supporting our sponsor, Israel. With Israel, you can get away with bombing children's hospitals and saying it's because of something that happened 6 kajillion years ago.
For real.
Type in the promo code Palestine does not exist for 10% on your next purchase, because you ain't getting a deal with the Jews. So yeah, I appreciate Triton for hosting this this great network show, and fingers crossed it'll still be around in the future.
Can Triton call you the notorious DCG because he can't say Digny properly? Can he do that instead?
Notorious DCG. Well, that's
Notorious DCG, which I rather just call you Ryan.
I don't know.
Ryan? Who's Ryan? Who the fuck is Ryan? Who the fuck is Ryan?
Oh, that's
look, Dan raises a great point. Who the fuck is Ryan?
Who the fuck is? Wait.
You know who your mentor is. How dare
I don't know who the fuck is Ryan. Who's Ryan? Whoa,
I don't
Triton.
know.
Ryan.
I don't know, Dan. I think Triton's going fucking nuts, right? Right, Torrin?
The dude, my mentor is Digny, the notorious DCG.
All right. Anyways, enough of them trolling me. Well, make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream, subscribe to the channel for more content, and we will see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.